Angles in parallel lines. Here we have a pair of parallel lines with a line drawn across them. This line is called a transversal. In this pair of parallel lines we have two angles which are the same. They are called alternate angles and are found in a Z shape. The Z shape in which we find a pair of alternate angles could also be drawn backwards, like this. When you're identifying alternate angles, just look for the Z shape. Next we're going to look at corresponding angles. Here we have a pair of parallel lines, again with a transversal, and if we highlight these two angles, they are corresponding angles and they are found in an F shape. Similarly, this F shape can be shown backwards. So here in the backward F we can find two corresponding angles. We can draw it upside down. So again we have a pair of corresponding angles here. And then backwards and upside down. Again we have another pair of corresponding angles. Again I have a pair of parallel lines, A and B, with a transversal drawn across them. And I have two angles here. Now these two angles are found in a C shape and they are called allied or interior angles. Now they're different to corresponding and alternate angles because they're not the same, but they add up to 180 degrees. Now it should be quite obvious that they're not the same, because if you look you can see that one is an obtuse angle and the other one is an acute angle. So just remember that allied or interior angles, they've got two different names, either allied or interior, they add up to 180. They're not the same, they add up to 180. Like corresponding and alternate angles, the angles can be found also in a backward C. In a pair of parallel lines, if we have opposite angles, so you can see these two opposite angles, so we've got a pair here in pink, you also have a pair in blue, another pair down here in yellow, and another pair drawn in black. These angles are called vertically opposite angles and they are equal. Let's have a look at an example. Write down one pair of alternate, corresponding, allied and vertically opposite angle pairs. So let's find an alternate pair first. So 3 and 6, so we can see the Z shape here. So these two angles are the same. Then corresponding, let's find a pair of corresponding. 4 and 7, so again let's just show the shape. We've got our F shape drawn here. So these two angles are the same. And then let's find an allied pair. So I've found 4 and 6, so let's just show you the shape that they're in again. There's our C shape, so those two angles. Don't forget with allied angles, they're not the same, they add to 180 degrees. And then we'll find a vertically opposite pair, so we'll have a look. We have one there, 5 and 7. So let's just show those two angles are opposite each other. Now, as you will see, there are many different alternate, corresponding, allied and vertically opposite angles we could have chosen, but these are just a few. Here's another example. So let's have a look for A first of all. Now I can see straight away that A is in an F shape with 57. Let's just draw that to show you. There's an F shape there. So these two angles are the same, therefore A is 57. Now we find that A is 57, so I'm going to write that in. And I want to find B now. So B, I can actually see that if I draw a Z shape here, B is also 57. So I've just found that B is 57, and I'm going to find C now. So I can see that I have angles on a straight line add up to 180. Therefore, if I take 57 away from 180, I will be left with the size of this angle. So that means that angle C is 123. I've just found that C is 123 degrees, and I want to find D, and I can actually see an upside down F shape. If I draw this here, so I can see that these two angles are equal, so therefore D is 123 degrees. So to recap, I found A first, which was 57 degrees, because I used the corresponding angles. Then I used alternate angles to find B, which was also 57. Then I used angles in a straight line to find C, so that was 123 degrees. Then to find D, I used my corresponding angles. So D was also 123 degrees. Now in this example, depending on which angle you find first, you may actually have ended up with different reasons for your answer, which is perfectly fine. Now it's your turn to answer some questions. Pause the video, then try these. How did you get on? Here are the answers. Now remember, sometimes you may get different explanations for the angles. However, as long as you have these answers correct, that's absolutely fine.